Hello YouTube, welcome back to Fallout Friday, and welcome to a new settlement. Last week we finished off our build in Sunshine Tidings Co-op, and this week I decided we would start at Nordhagen Beach. So, I went ahead and did my scrapping. I built a little I'm sorry shelter for those of the settlers who don't have beds at the moment, and we're just gonna get started building. So let's do this. So first things first, we need to get them some defenses because the settlement already had a pretty good food supply, so we don't have to worry about that right off the bat. This is also already a smaller settlement than we were dealing with before, so we don't have quite as many needs to meet. So we'll just put a turret up by the entrance and then we'll get to the rest of it. I'm loving the lawn flamingos. I think they're so cute. We can scrap that. And we can scrap these. I want to keep this area because I like the way that it's already gated in. They already have kind of a farm going on, so I don't really want to disrupt the work that they've done. I might clean it up a little bit whenever I'm doing detail work, but it's a good start for now. So we're going to leave that alone. And then we do have this structure that's already built out, although it is kind of dingy, I'm not gonna lie, and it's very close quarters as well. So I wonder if we can make a better home for the people that are living here. Oh, McCready is here. I forgot that I put him here. Let's start out by building some living quarters. I think that I'm going to put a little shack over here, overlooking the water. And it's far enough away from the center of the settlement that it feels like a good private area, but not too far to where they're having to walk for a long ways. So we'll build right here. We'll go super simple to start with our wood structures. I think because it's so sandy and you don't want to lose any of your foundation to the water, I think that concrete foundation makes a lot of sense here. Am I able to, maybe I want to move it over this way a little bit. How far can I back it up into the water? These are questions. These are questions that I'm asking. Because this is such a small settlement, I'm going to try to keep my buildings on the smaller side for now. So we're going to go with a two block household for now. And I think it'd be cool to do like a little overhang area here. So like something like this, but I think I prefer the openness of these. And maybe I'll do, instead of having them both be the same, I'll do one of them like this. I like that idea. And it gives a little bit more space for the building, but not like a full-sized block of space, you know? I like it. And then this and this. Perfect start. I'm liking this. Ooh, and I have some ideas for this beam in the middle. I think that is going to help us a lot when it comes to deciding the layout of this house. I need a roof. What am I doing? Need a roof. Let's just go with the basics for now. So now we have our basic structure. I am going to go ahead and get our stairs up to the door. Do these reach all the way? Can I connect them to each other? It'd be cool if I could, because I really like the look of these stairs. I mean, technically, but I'm not going to do that. We'll just go with these, I suppose. Well, no, I want to look at my other options. Does the metal Metal doesn't have stairs, but I have them in the warehouse. And I do like these. I like the idea of having the railing. I think that's nice. I think that's nice for safety, you know? And then does this door open to the outside? Because I want it to open inwards. Let's test it. Oh yeah, that's good. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Great start. Now let's figure out what we're doing on the inside of the house. We should start with where the bedroom is going to be, and what I think I want to do, let me walk you through this real quick before I start placing things down. This living area, okay, leading onto this area, so it'll kind of, the living area kind of stretches from here all the way into here. You've got your window outside, very nice view, and then this becomes a hallway into the bedroom slash kitchen. Are we feeling it? And then this part is like walled off. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling it. So I think we should see how that goes. And in that case, I feel like we need to get some kind of wall already built in. So let's see what will clip in here. Because I'm not sure that walls will clip the way that I would like them to in here. So it's going to be a little bit of a test to find that out. And they may not clip, so I might just have to, you know, put it down and maneuver it the way that I would like it to look. I mean, that's already pretty good right there. Is that the way that I would want it? I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? It doesn't really matter. Looks good to me. Let's see how it feels when you walk in and have it closed off like that. It doesn't feel too claustrophobic. I feel like that's fine. I think that's kind of cool. Okay, now we'll get into, I think, the bedroom area. And I want to start with a rug. Y'all know I love my rugs. It just makes the space feel homey. And it helps me to visualize the space that I'm working with. So yeah, the vision is definitely mostly bedroom space with like a small cooking area. So I think I'm gonna vibe with that. Get a little bed going on. Probably, I feel like a big bed would be fine in here, especially because they've been living for so long with such confined living space. I feel like it's only fair to give them a pretty large upgrade, you know? And it's not like there are very many people living here, so I don't have to do this for like 17 people. It's just 4 right now, so it's very doable. So I think that that is just a fun little idea. I think I'm gonna give them a shelf on the wall above their bed. Do I want to put it like above their bed over here? Actually, yeah, no. I think I'm gonna put it above their bed like this. And then I think for this area, it'll be like kitchen storage. Because let's go ahead and get our crafting space. I'm thinking like this, just like a little cooking stove. How far can I get this in here? I wonder if I can rug glitch this further into the wall. Let's just do a little test here. Because what would be ideal is if I could get the pipes to like go on the outside of the house. Are y'all tracking with me? Let's just see what we can do. It doesn't seem like it did any better. Yeah, no, it didn't. Can we try again? Wow, I'm really, really not walking in a straight line. Let's try this again. It may not work at all, and that's gonna have to be fine. But I'm just curious. I wanna do some tests. What if we have it like further out from the rug? Maybe I can look at it from the side here. Oh, that's promising. That was a little bit more promising. The bed is getting in my way. Doggone it. Maybe I should back it up like this. Although I don't love that idea because of the cloth here. What I really want is for it to back up into this wall. What if I backed it up into this wall? Not working? Not working. Did that make it any better? No. It didn't. Darn, I wish I could maneuver this a little bit better. Maybe if I angle it. Oh, angling it seems to work much better. That seems to work much better. I don't like love the way it looks, but it fits better there, so I think that we're gonna have to roll with it. Now, I'm thinking, do I want to do container for the kitchen storage? Or do I want to do shelf? Do I want to do both? Tool chest would be cool. Just because of how tall it is. And we could probably fit that here. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I kind of like that here. I mean, it fits. Add some color. That's always nice. Adding that color in. I think we should do more like a metal shelf. Like something like this. It does take up a lot of space, which I'm not a huge fan of. I wish it was taller. Like taller and then not quite as wide, I think. It just takes up so much space. Probably because they're like warehouse style shelving. A bookcase would fit better here. What if I put it on this wall? I have made this tight quarters, huh? Okay. That feels like it fits there just fine. And we can consider that storage space, I suppose. And I think that we're just going to go ahead and say that this is one of the gardener's houses, because we already have, I think most of the people at the settlement are just assigned to the gardens. We're going to let this be your house, I think. And I'm not sure who is considered like a part of a family unit, because there is a kid here. This could be like a couple and their kid. I just do not remember. I am going to make them neighbors just in case. And you know, they can share beds, they can share living spaces if they like. I don't judge. They can do whatever they want with their houses once I build them. Let's work on the living area for a minute. I really love these chairs. I love them. They're so mid-century. Oh, they're just so cute. I definitely want to use one of these, even though they're kind of impractical. It's a dream of mine, okay? Let me do my thing. I will move it a little bit further this way because I want to put a couch here. Let's see what couch options we've got. I always like this one, but it might be a little big. Although, it kind of looks nice. What else do we have? We could do this, which matches the dark wood with the dark color and doesn't take up quite as much space. We also have this one, but it's huge. Like really, really big. So I think I kind of like the idea of doing this one. I'll move it just enough so that it doesn't get in the way of the door, but it is like right there. And then I can move this in a little bit closer. Perfect. And you know what? I think I'm gonna put, this is kind of silly, but I'm gonna put a bar stool in the corner. This is really silly. I'm gonna put it in the corner, and if anybody is like, you know what, I want to sit by the window and I want to look out, they can have that to just pull over and sit there and look out. But you don't want it to be in the walkway, so you got to put it in the corner. Don't lie and tell me that you don't have a corner chair that's just folded up in the corner for later use. We all have one. If you don't, you're lying. And then, do I want... It's kind of hard to get a table in this area as well because of the small walkway space. So I'm kind of thinking... I'm almost thinking like just straight up no table. The other option is to do these taller skinny tables to have, again, to pull. Oh, I could also let McCready's house be here. That might make more sense. Does that make more sense? McCready, would you rather live here? I feel like you're a solitary kind of guy.
I'll take care of it.
Yeah, okay. You can live here. That makes more sense. So here's your little kitchen. Oh yeah, he's gonna cook.
Anytime you want me to carry some of that valuable gear you're
Look at him go.
Just let me know.
Cooking up some stew. Okay, let's get some ambiance in here. We gotta get some lighting going. I do think I'm gonna be kind of skimpy on the energy, on the power that we use for a little bit. And just see how far I can get with like cozy mood lighting, because that doesn't take up as much of my resources, doesn't take up a lot of space, and in the end of it all, it's just really nice. And what more could you want, honestly? What I actually want is for it to clip right here, but it doesn't look like it's gonna do that. Okay, where will you clip? Nowhere that I want you to. Okay, you'll kind of clip here, but not exactly. Wait a second. Do I want this? Honestly? If I can move it a little bit towards the center of this panel, that would be ideal. Oh, yeah. Okay. I would cook there. Would you cook there? Let me know in the comments. Let's get some wall decorations up. Nice lighthouse painting. This is really big. Maybe a different painting would go better. Sometimes it's overwhelming how much space these paintings take up. And it's like, how am I supposed to operate with these giant pieces of art? And how did they all survive for so long in the freaking wasteland? Okay, maybe if I just put it down for a second, I'll be able to move some stuff around. Whoa. Don't do this to me. Maybe I need to close this door for a second. Stop. Yeah, sure, that's fine. I could also, since I discovered that I can use the lamps, I don't know if it'll work on this or not, but in my previous settlement, I was able to put the lamps on the balcony railing. I guess, oh, I can do it here, perhaps. Y'all saw it turn green. We know it can do it. Come on. Let me have it. Oh! We're so close. It can go here somewhere. I am determined to find the spot. Come on. We're just spiraling, trying to find where this lamp is gonna fit. Oh, it's right here. We did it. Okay. Good stuff. Good start. We can come back to this. I just want to continue building. Okay, so now that we have a family unit in mind, all of our gardeners, our farmer family, we can make them a little place too. And we can kind of turn this into like maybe storage, or we can turn it into a little like store. Ooh, that would be cool. That would be cool. Like a little general store or something. I like that idea. How much space do I have right next to the garden? I feel like it would make sense for them to live like right here where the garden is. And that way they're not like direct neighbors to McCready. Yeah, this is what I'm wanting for sure. I think I'm gonna give them a wood house also. Although I am tempted to use the warehouse pieces. I'm gonna make this 4 pieces, 3 pieces, not 3 pieces. I'm considering a 5th piece. Let's just see what it looks like for a second. Okay, I like this. I want to move it all. I want to move it all over, and I fear that it will pick up everything else. It's not, which is great news. That's great news. The problem is I can't see what I'm doing. Nope, don't do that. Okay, I want it to go like right towards the back of this. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. This is good, good, good. I like the way this is going. Where do I want the door? The door could be here, but I think the most logical thing to do is to put it here. So we're gonna do that. Mm-hmm. 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 And stairs. I'm gonna try these again and just see if they reach. They don't, so we're gonna go with these instead. I usually like the wider option, they just feel safer. Okay, and I want to use the walls that kind of feel like windows a little bit. What are these like? Can I pick? Oh, ooh. I've never used this piece before. Do I want to start now? Is this enough of a window? Yeah. I wanted to have kind of a window that they could look out at the garden. And I think that that works totally, totally fine. There's a part of me that wants a front porch for them, and I don't know exactly how I want to do that. So just know that that's in the back of my mind, but it may or may not happen. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Okay, so the vision is kid's bedroom back here. He can have his own room for the first time ever. Living space, parents' room. Probably just more living space, maybe a food area. Yeah, like a dining room might be kind of nice. I think that that's good. I think so. Let's see what we got in terms of roofing. I always like this one just because it's like super basic. It doesn't take up so much. I don't know. It's very unassuming. I kind of want to use the concrete roofing that I used last time, this one, for the middle piece. To bring in that natural light. So here's what it's looking like outside, inside, and I'm gonna get those walls in. So here we go. Getting the layout all solidified. So I could just do like this and wall off the parents' room this way and like straighten it out a little bit. Let's see. And then I would use a smaller piece for the kids' room and a smaller piece for like a half wall. Let me look at the half pieces that I've got. And will they fit in here? This is the problem that I run into, is they don't fit with this roof. Well, they fit right there for some reason. What's that about? I wonder, why can't it do certain angles? I'm really not sure I understand that. Well, what we can do instead is the bookshelves. That is always a good backup plan, or we might be able to use like a concrete piece, because I feel like, I'm not able to put it into the ground whenever I'm here, but I wonder if I could like pillar glitch this. That might be kind of crazy. Let's just do a little test. This is all about trial and error, I always say. This might be too close. It might pick up the entire building. Okay. It's not gonna work, huh? It just doesn't want to go into the ground like it will here. What are my other options? got little junk fences. But it's just so junky. But is it like bad? Yeah, it's bad. It's not a good size. Elevators, doors, box cars, scaffolding. I don't think there's going to be anything in scaffolding that I'm going to want. Like I said, trial and error, baby. Looks like we are going to get our bookshelves, though. I think that is just going to have to be the way that we do it. I think for theirs, I'll turn it around like this. And for the kids, I'll turn it this way. Not ideal for what I want, but it will work. It will work. And I'm thinking plants will help me fill out some more of this. Okay, this for the kid, obviously. And for the parents, we'll do this one. And beds. I'm gonna grab one of these. Do I need to have two beds? I maybe have to do two beds and like put them close together for the parents, huh? What is the front considered? This is easier to tell where the front is. Do NPCs sleep in the same bed ever? I'm realizing that this is maybe a problem. And what is considered
all over the Commonwealth. The Minutemen are back. They've even set up a radio station to coordinate their efforts.
what is considered the head and the foot of this bed, you know?
Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts.
Okay.
You might not be happy to have them back, but I am.
I need these to be like clipped together. I wonder if this is even possible. Like, will they be able to get in bed this way? I may have to put it like smack dab in the middle of the room for them to be able to make it into the bed. But if that's how we have to do it, that's how we have to do it, you know? And then for the kiddo, we'll do this one. And we'll turn it this way. Oh. Guess something happened at Somerville Place. Whoops. Sorry, guys.
Got it.
There's one for you. One for you. Am I able to assign the kid to his bed? I'm kind of wondering about that now, because I know I can't assign him to a job. Oh, I can. Okay. That's good, that's good. I did not know what I was going to do about that problem. Oh, wait. So maybe I can't do this. Where are you? Yep, I can't. So I guess what I'm gonna have to do is just... Oh, I can't get rid of this mattress. Wait a second. Uh-oh. well, that messes things up, huh? Well, that doesn't seem right. If anybody has any tips for what to do in this situation, feel free to drop them in the comments. I don't use mods, but if there's like a little glitch workaround thing that I can use, that would probably be ideal. But for now, we'll continue just working around it. Okay, so what I needed, it is starting to get dark, so I think that I am gonna start working with some lighting here. And I'm gonna start with what doesn't need a generator. So getting into miscellaneous. Really like working with these wall sconces. I think they are very, very nice. Honestly, putting it on the bookshelf kinda rocks. Kind of love that. And then one, I'm being really picky. One there, one here. Is that pretty centered? Almost. Move it a little bit. And then we'll call that good for the sconces. I don't want to overdo it. But I do think they're just so nice. So that'll help me a little bit while I am decorating in the dark. I want a dining table. So let's get that going. One big enough to fit the fam. And maybe visitors. I think let's go with this one. Get some chairs. I think the rolly chair would be fun. I feel like the floor is nice enough that they could do the rolly chairs. The kid would have fun with that for sure. Maybe we have 2 rolly chairs and 1 regular chair. I don't know what it is about me with this rolly chair, but I just really want to use it. So we can use this rolly chair also. Look, I just never get to use the rolly chairs, okay? It had to happen sometime. Well, now I want to... Okay. See, that's just kind of fun. That's just kind of a fun vibe. And we can add a candle to add a little bit of extra light. Nope, not this miscellaneous. This miscellaneous. Yeah, this is nice. That's nice so far. I'm liking that. And then this will be where we put our couch. And I think I want to use that extra long couch that I opted out of in McCready's house, because I don't think I've ever used it before. And so now my curiosity is piqued. Where is it? Okay. It must be here. Oh yeah, this is definitely the house for this couch. It fits perfectly in here. Nice and cozy. Perfect for a family. Family of 3. Can you imagine trying to raise a kid in this type of world? Or in any type of world, to be honest. Now that is a true horror story. Anyways, on that note, let's get something on their walls. I think that they would be very appreciative of the Minutemen coming in and fixing up their place. So I do think that they would be the type to have a flag in their home. Maybe we can center it over the table very nicely. Are you coming to your bed since it's nighttime? And we can see if you fit in your in your double bed, your makeshift double bed. I really hope you do. It will be a pain if you do not. Do I want to put art anywhere? Not really. Maybe here, but even that kind of doesn't feel... I mean, it feels okay. I'll leave it there for now and see how I feel later. I wish we had like a really skinny coffee table. Like one that is the width of this, but like lower to the ground. Because all of these are just so wide. They take up so much space. Please spare me. This is probably the best one. McCready, what are you doing in here? This is not your house. Sorry to be rude, but this is not your house. And you're also gonna make it difficult for me to decorate if you're sitting there. Oh well. I think I'm also gonna put a little lantern over here so they can grab it if they need to check some things in the middle of the night. It's just like right there, ready for them. Which means also I'm gonna put a table in this corner. Thank you, McCready. Have a great night. I'm gonna put, do I want this table or something a little bit more fun? Honestly, I think I want this table. I think that's perfect. And then an oil lamp for easy access. Great. Also, isn't it just beautiful at night? Okay. So this is coming along. It's nothing spectacular, but it's like, it's good bones, good structure to start out with. I really wish I could empty out this building though. Like, are y'all gonna be sleeping in here? When I've worked so hard to build what I've got out here. I am gonna move your fertilizer. Maybe not in your house. That feels a little bit stinky. Maybe just like right outside your house though. And that way I can at least empty out what I can and move from there. Kate, you're kind of in the way. Sorry, girl. Why can't I not put this down? Okay. Y'all work really late. Do you ever sleep? I'm gonna just trash these, I think. I will take the vodka and put them in their house. Maybe on the shelf. It would be great if they would actually like clip to the shelf and not fall through it. See what I'm worried about? Well, now it's floating. Okay, that works. That works. Got lucky there, I think. I'm not sure that that's always gonna work. Oh, nice. Okay. McCready, I gotta give you a job or something. Can you assign McCready to a job? I'm not sure. Sometimes I have trouble with like assigning actual characters to a station. They're not always happy with that. Do y'all ever sleep? I swear. I built you a house. If I could figure out a way to move these beds, then I would start working on this building, but it does not seem like this building wants to be used. At least not right now. So I suppose we can continue what we're doing. I'm gonna put the flamingos in front of their house, because I think that these were probably their flamingos. Where's the other one? There it is. It's too dark. Can't see a thing. Okay. McCready's here. You're here. No one's asleep yet, but we're getting close, perhaps. Now we have 11 beds in this place. I guess I don't really need this, huh? Because they are really all taken care of. Especially if these beds stick around. I suppose I need to set up a radio beacon. Now that I have a pretty good, like, foundation point. Because we gotta have enough people here to do the clinic, to do the general store. We may not have like a full-fledged marketplace like we did in Sunshine, because it's overall just a smaller settlement site. So we just probably wouldn't have the room to do all that unless we got really creative. But we certainly need a clinic here. I mean, if you look at the map where we're at, we're kind of separated from a lot of the settlements, kind of on an island almost. So they need to be self-sufficient as much as possible. So I think a clinic and then a bar or restaurant is really important for this area. What other... I always need to be reminded of the other stores we've got. Trader is obviously always a good one to have, but is it necessary? You know, back and forth on that one. Armor is great, but not necessary. Same for weapons. I think this is necessary, and this is like a maybe. So top priority would be clinic and food. Next we'd do the trader. Next we would do probably clothing, and then we would get into the weaponry and the armor. And that's kind of my thought process. But we will go with the flow as the flow takes us somewhere. I would love to see you go to your house and sleep in your bed. It looks like we already have somebody new coming through. Which, that was very fast. Who are you? I don't see anybody new. But they're coming. So I guess we should start building a house. Are you the newbie? No, you're the gardener. Okay, we're all just visiting each other's houses. That's fine. Let's go ahead and build a structure. We may not have time to actually fully build a house, but we can at least build the bones, you know? I do want to put this further into the ground just so I can use those stairs that I keep wanting to use. So that's what we're gonna do. And I am making this one small as well. And I may or may not do the balcony thing like I did for McCready. Honestly, what I kind of want to do is something like this. Work with me here. Trust the process. I keep going to the floor when I need the roof. I want to use the cloth one, I think. I need you to go the way that I need you to go. There you go. Let's make sure that's correct. It is correct. I want this to be like a back porch. And that clipped exactly how I wanted it to, so that makes me very excited and very hopeful for what is to come. Let's go ahead and put the stairs here because I'm very excited about that. I don't know what it is about these stairs that just are just really endearing to me. I have no idea what it is, but I love them. And I will use the half walls if possible. What do you mean it's not possible? Yeah, that works. Okay. Kind of crazy. Feeling kind of crazy for this a little bit. But I have a vision. And isn't that just the most inspiring thing of them all? I need to have a bed ready for this extra person, so let's get the rug ready. I want to do this one, this little guy. And this is going to be mainly just like a living area. Like everything else that they need is ideally going to be outside of this space, so that they don't have to worry about having such a small house. And I'm gonna go grab them right quick. Where are you? Why are you sleeping in that bed? Are you... who's... Okay, this is gonna be a problem, huh? It seems like this is going to be a problem. Are you our sixth? Yes. Yeah, so if y'all have any ideas on how to get the people that were already here assigned to their rundown little mattress hut and getting them to go to their very nice house that I just built, let me know. If not, you know, we're vibing just the same. We'll work with what we got, if necessary. I want some railing for this thing. Kind of crazy that it won't clip. Kind of crazy. Because this is literally what this is made for. That might be as even as I'm gonna get it. That's significantly better, actually. I'm glad I did that. Okay. Yes, you just sleep while I continue constructing your home. We can work on their back porch. I'm excited about this part. I think this will be very fun. We can have... I don't want anything that's going to have too much like wear and tear out here. So I don't really want anything that's like fabric-y. So something like this would be nice. Putting this in the corner, if it'll fit back there. Hopefully they can even make it to that chair. And then Honestly, probably just some folding chairs or even something kind of ratty like that. But honestly, we could go and use one of these because I want to match the color of the patio chair, actually. I think that would be kind of cool. And you know what? Even more of an idea is to alternate. Nope, don't do that. I think that's kind of cool. You can't walk past that though, so we unfortunately cannot do that. We're gonna have to scratch that idea. So, new plan. Keep this in the corner where it fits, and then I want do we have a white chair? Yes. I want a white chair to go in the middle so that we're alternating colors. There. It works. And then I wonder if the oil lamps will go on the scaffolding rails. I doubt it, but honestly, it's worth a shot. No, they won't. I wish they would hang. I think it'd be really nice if they did. I mean, I could use like the bottle lamps, but they don't give off a whole lot of light. It's more just like vibey aesthetic, which is still kind of cool. And we can still do that for funsies. Especially just like in this corner back here. Because you would be able to see that from far away. And it kind of comes in here too, which is kind of cute. I like that. I want a little table out here also, but we're kind of running out of space. So let's just see if we can find anything that won't be too intrusive. And if not, that doesn't hurt my feelings. Yeah, I don't think it would be very easy to put a table out here, so maybe we won't do that. But it was a fun idea while it lasted. This is still pretty cute, and I'm still really loving it. We can probably do something more with that wall later on. I do need it to be lighter out though. Okay, so let's see what we've got going on right now. Let's check out this house in the daylight. Oh, we've got several more people. We need to turn off this beacon before we get overrun. Let's just pause that beacon for now. Because we already need to build, it looks like, 2 more houses. Or at least have 2 more beds.
Too quiet. Oh man, I always wanted to say that.
Why is McCready lurking in everyone's houses but his own? Okay, so if we look at it from this point of view, it's kind of cute. You have to admit, having a back porch like this, and being able to look out, that would just be so nice. So let's see. It says we have 6 people. We've got gardener, unassigned. I think you're new. You're new because the other person had a bigger hat on. I think. You. You were the one that I put in that house. Great. Excellent. This house we can make a little bit bigger because I think I want it to be, I want it to double as a store. So like, it's a store with living quarters in it. And I'll make this one a little bit higher. We'll give it a little bit of a variety of shapes here. And since it has the living quarters in it, I don't feel unfair about giving them a little bit of extra space. So let's go ahead and get that door on the front here. Figure out what stairs we're going to use. I think I want to opt for the warehouse stairs again. These ones, I believe. It's kind of a shame that the rocks are there, but that's going to have to be okay. I think that once we get this structure in place and have a bed in here, that's going to be all we do for the day, because we are reaching what I consider my time limit for these builds. Let me know if you are happy with the amount of time that these little episodes are, or if they should be longer, shorter, you know, whatever. I'm very curious to know your thoughts on that. So feel free to share if you do have any. I almost want to do another, not really a porch, but I have an idea. Man, working with a new spot has just opened so many possibilities for me, I feel. I hope you guys feel the same way. I'm thinking, yes, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. Yay. Oh, that is fantastic. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna give them, I kind of want to give them a vault bed. I don't know why. This may be the doctor's office. Maybe that's why. I'm just like automatically thinking doctor. So let's go find, it's not you. Where's our new person? Is it you? They look so similar, but it is her. So I think I'm going to mark the outside of this building just so I remember what my original plan was for it for next time we come back. Well, they don't have clinic spelled out, so we're gonna have to spell it ourselves. No big deal. I kind of wish these would clip together, but it doesn't seem like they do. That's okay. Just requires a steady hand, something that I typically do not have. All the coffee drinkers know having a steady hand is not something that's common. Boop. Perfect. I did assign you to a bed, right? I also need to put more defenses up. Do you think if I put a guard station and assigned McCready to it, he would do it? Or like artillery. That would be cool if we could have this. This feels like it would be a good place for it. Let's see if we can get McCready to do that. I feel like he's got to be bored just wandering around with no job. Let's see if we can find him. McCready. There you are. Okay, well, it's assigned, so that's something for sure. Alright, so that's going to be all for this week's episode of Cozy Fallout 4 Settlement Builds. Thanks so much for being here. If you'd like to catch me live sometime, I do stream on Twitch 4 days a week, so there's a link in the description of this video. You can click on that and follow me over on Twitch to get notifications about when I go live, or you can continue watching the VODs of those streams as well as the Cozy Settlement Builds on this channel by subscribing to my YouTube channel. And either way, no matter what you decide, I love you so much and I can't wait to keep building with you. Bye!